Hello there, world. Bettina Carey here for the We Empower You community and the WeEmpowerYourLife.com website. And today's our Wednesday meeting, and I'm here at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we have our meetings every single week. Joining me today is Lee Romanoff, the founder and president of Income Activator. And she's going to be sharing with us a lot of really special stuff today. What's the wow got to do with your world? Tell us a little bit more about yourself, Lee, and also what you're going to talk to us about today.
Okay, well, I've made millions of dollars online, and I've done it by telling people where to go. No pun intended. It's lead revenue, saying, if you have a directory, go here, do this, do that. And the directory and the leads are exactly how all multi-million-dollar companies operate. They don't create courses and packages and sell. They send leads to businesses that pay you. But today we're going to talk about how to get qualified leads, how to make income immediately, and the third one will be at the end, which is our special surprise. So, do you want me to start now with the presentation, Bettina?
Yes, indeed, ma'am.
Okay, great. Okay, so this is going to be a very casual conversation, and many times when I listen to a presentation, I want to jump in and talk to the person that's presenting because I want to contribute. So what I want you guys to do is, if you can, unmute your mics, and as I talk about this, jump in and give your ideas, 2 cents, question, because don't just let it go over, I'll deal with it later, but let's really, really get to this, okay? And I'm going to tell you something that nobody ever tells you. The 80-20 rule. They say 20% of your visitors produce 80% of your revenue. 80-20 rule really, really applies. Well, the gurus, they operate in the 80-20 rule, and what they do is they depend on the 20% of people that will give them money so that they never have to do anything. There's so many people that will give you money just to feel like they're accomplishing things. It's crazy, I know, but I'll tell you, there is an 80-20 rule out there because people want to feel that they're accomplishing things, and so they will buy your product or service and then go away. I'm one of them. I have bought so many gurus, products and services. I've given them thousands of dollars. I haven't even opened the package. Okay, so the 80-20 rule applies to if you want instant cash. It's true. Nobody talks about it. You'll never hear that from anyone else, but that if you get out there and promote your product and you promote it to people that want to accomplish things, you will find people that will give you money and then just go away and not even deal with your product. So there's that free money out there. Okay, that's instant money, believe it or not. Now, how do you get to people? How do you get to qualified traffic? An interesting thing has happened over the last decade. Because we've all gone online, we have made it easier for ourselves, the coaches, authors, speakers, and you guys have made it easy for yourself to talk to yourselves, within your groups. So you actually went off mainstream media that has hundreds and thousands of people that are watching and listening and responding, and you guys went in to your internet world, and you're all in a group here talking and pitching to each other, and you guys are burning out because you're all in this group. But what you've done is, when you've gone from mainstream media into these iPods, iPads, these internet meetings, if you've done that, what you've done is you've taken out everybody that was pitching to the media, they're all gone. They're into this easy peasy group of, okay, oh, do you know her? Do you know him? Let's talk about them. Oh, I'll be on their radio station. Oh, can you go on my radio station? And you have created a smaller and smaller group, and it's been easier and easier. And the mainstream media with the numbers right now are looking for you. Where did you go? So now, when people recognize it, when the entrepreneur recognizes it and wants good, qualified leads, instant money in some regards, what you should do is you should now step out of this group, because it's very easy, very comfortable, and you're feeding upon yourselves. And now you should go back into the mainstream media. Now, Bettina's We Empower You membership gives you a list of almost 800 talk show radio stations where the audience is between 500 to 1,000, 500,000 to 100,000 people. And you should just join her membership, or at least join her Just Say Yes program, because that gives you 3 months free in her We Empower You movement, and contact these radio stations. Now here's something interesting. If you call a radio station to pitch them a story, what this does is it refines your pitch, and the radio station will tell you whether it's good or not, depending on whether they put you on. So if you're pitching 3 or 4 radio stations and you're not getting anywhere, you need to refine your pitch, both on your clients that you're promoting to, on your podcasts, to your website platform. The radio stations, the mainstream media, is your target, your marketing company. They are your marketing company, and they will tell you whether you have the right pitch, whether anybody is interested in what you're saying, whether their audience is interested in what you're saying, because so many people out there are talking based on how it's good for them, as opposed to how it's good for you, the audience. So if you want to sharpen your skills, grab that list, think about the pitch that would be good for their audience, and do it. Do it for 2 weeks. Now, when you get on a radio station with 500 to 100,000 people, you will get qualified leads like nobody's business, And they're not within the group that you're dealing with. They're not within that authors, speakers, entrepreneurs group. They're fresh, they're new, and they want to do something, and they will give money to do it. Whether they follow through or not, that's them, but it's out there. So I know that sounds kind of crass, having people give you money, but you know what? It's moving them closer to their goal, and it's giving you free money. That 80-20 rule exists. I know I've done it. I've given so many gurus thousands of dollars, and I've never even opened up their book. I've never even called and talked to them for a consultation. It's ridiculous. It's there. Now, the absolute key to creating wealth online, without a doubt, and you have to think about this, and you have to be smart about it. Whatever you're selling or promoting is a one-time sale or one-time lead, okay? And that means you have to sell and promote until you die to make money, okay? And that's insane. If you can take what you're selling and promoting or sending leads and wrap it into something that produces an annual income that people want, And here's what people want. They want to know how to create an online income. They want to know how to be their own boss, to how to start their own website, platform, online business. They want to know that, and they want to know it really badly, because that's where the world is going. People are walking away from their jobs. People are getting let go for all kinds of reasons. People are dispersing. If you can say, look, here's my super sauce, my special sauce, whatever it happens to be, and tie it into a reoccurring platform like what Bettina has with the We Empower You, that gives them their website, which is their online business that they will never walk away from, gives them a TV show spotlight that is featured on Amazon, Roku, Comcast, Android, an audience of potentially 50 million, a list of 300 sponsors that have sponsored already entrepreneurs that have a vision, that stand up for a certain reason. And then you also get the media list, the radio stations, of 800 radio stations. You have got that person who want an online business tied to you. And the special thing, the real cherry on the top, is that you've got Bettina that you can talk to every week and offline too, that can help guide you through to the next step. So this is so amazing what Bettina's got, how to get qualified leads, how to pitch, how to get on radio stations, and how to wrap your product so that it gives you an annual income instead of a one-time sale that you have to keep selling. Bettina, can you jump in at this point? Does anything that I say make sense?
It sure does. And trust me, it took me a moment to actually really dive deep into what you were saying, Lee. I resisted, as you know, with the idea of stopping working so hard, servicing clients who would buy once and then be gone after I delivered the service. And now that I have this under my belt where it's recurring income through membership, and I'm wrapping everything I do into the membership, then I have a recurring income. And just so folks know, we started this particular membership in 2020, and we have some of our members now who've paid 3 years running. So they've already hit their third year because we started in June. Now it is October. So we've had folks, from June, July, August, September, and now I'll be billing out the October. And then next I'll bill out the Novembers. And the retention is high, which is another big thing. And so now some of the income that I'm generating is occurring while I'm sleeping, so to speak, and the checks come in the mail, or sometimes people will, deposit a Venmo, or they'll make a payment through, through other means. So this is brand new to me because I tried for many years before, more than 25 years, other modalities to build either a secondary income or to build a membership. And it was not effective without the income activator platform. So the fact that we teamed up is the reason this is working. It's not just simply the membership. You can try your own membership. People have a membership. I know Mary has a membership. By and large, most people who've had memberships without a platform like yours will by and large say they are barely making it. They're not hitting six figures. And we hit six figures in 6 months and a week. So the income potential is much larger, and it requires a lot less people be involved. I know we have some folks here that came maybe with some questions, or maybe we inspired some questions. I'm going to have each of you open up the mics. I'll call out Rick, who's here, from longtime friend from way back when on the east side of the world. And you might have a question or two for us. Rick, go ahead.
Well, I wasn't sure what the subject or what we were going to talk about today, or whatever it was, but in my firm, of course, we have, all our traditional legal services and that. And That is a daily grind, to say the least. It is a transaction business. Yes, we do get repeat work, but it's not consistent. And I've been exploring various other, I'll say, alternative revenue streams. And this is kind of addressing that and, making the thought process move a little bit about what would adjunct to my estate planning business that I could offer as an online service that would be applicable everywhere, not necessarily strained by local bar rules and things of that nature. Could be more generic in nature. And been considering either, like you said, membership, subscriptions, offering products, kind of setting up like a little web store, legal documents, books, things of that nature to put up there. But mostly, I was considering, kind of, so you have estate planning questions and have kind of a canned Q&A type thing. And so I've just been, looking at a lot of different stuff. So I've just been kind of looking at what other people are doing and trying to get ideas. So that's why I'm here.
Yes.
So Rick, let me give you some ideas. And are you a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I've always thought would be a great idea for a lawyer. People don't want to hire lawyers because they're sometimes broke, or there's a fear of how much lawyer is going to cost them, right? And with your education, and I'm just going to throw this out, if you could create a website called something like You Can Sue, where you just give them a document that they fill out and they can just file it and sue somebody if they want to. And there's a lot of lawsuits going around given the situation with today's situation, okay? So if you just simply do a You Can Sue and a document that they fill out that they can take to the court and file and start their process, but then you send leads to, what are they called? They're not lawyers. They're just
like a legal aid.
Legal aid.
Assistant.
And then you can send leads to a legal aid for like $50 if the person chooses. So they've got the You Can Sue, but if they want a legal aid advice, the legal paralegal.
Paralegal. Yeah.
So thanks, Rick, for helping us out with that. So, you can send a lead to a paralegal for $25 or $50.
Before you go much further, I want to address this just a little bit more clearly. So, for example, Rick, one of the things we teach here is that when you have people that you're interacting with, however they come in as leads, they may need your services, but they may need somebody else's services even more, right? So when you're not always the answer, but instead you've got other people that can be the answer, you've got paralegals working for you, I would imagine, and you have maybe colleagues that are doing other things, CPA firms, other relationships. Then you become more like an Angie's List. You become more of a directory, right? So you don't always have to be the answer. So what Lee is describing is that you start a website that is just a lead generation website, right? And all it's doing is similar to what she did when she built her multi-million-dollar business in collecting the lowest
leads.
Car insurance rates. And she sold those leads to insurance companies. In this case, it was primarily one and then two later. And they paid her, at that time, she was making $5 per lead. And then later she doubled it to $10 per lead. And in sending those leads to that business, she generated upwards of $50,000 to $100,000 in lead income a month. That's eventually how she ended up selling that company to Torstar. So at the end of the day, this is so different of an approach than anything that others are doing out there. Most people are like myself, before I met Lee, service-based business. I have a marketing, advertising, book publishing agency. So basically I go out and drum up business where I'm the project manager, the art director, the social media person, the book publishing company in some cases, and that I have to service them. But that means that I'm working all the time to generate an income. And then I'm marketing all the time to generate an income. This says, guess what? I can have a website where I just drive leads. I keep some of those leads for myself. If I were you, obviously you're going to keep all of the leads that have to do with your business of being an estate attorney. But if you have leads that come in where people have other needs for CPAs or other experts, other consultants that have life insurance, car insurance, or whatever, you then have a platform that generates an invoice. It sends them the lead, it generates an invoice, and they pay you. So that's just one of the revenue strategies that Lee has built into her software. The second one she talked about first actually was the membership model, right? Where you're generating leads for the membership that would benefit anybody who would benefit from all of the things that we put into the platform. And there's a total of 10 revenue strategies that are built into this software. And then we've made it even so easy because it doesn't cost you a penny to try it. We have a Just Say Yes program where you can take 90 days to try everything on. We give you the keys to the kingdom behind the scenes where you can jump in and take a look. But before we do that, where I show you, I'm going to show you someone who's got a website that is doing exactly what Lee is talking about. It's run by Aggie Clark, who's a member, and she is a consultant. She has 2 separate consulting arms, but she loves everything about getting people money. So she's taken her site and she's offering a simple preparation tool. That's it. People give their name and their email for this preparation tool. The example that Lee gave was you would have a simple form that someone could technically use, say in the state of Washington, to begin the process of submitting for a lawsuit. But on her website, she has a lot of things. You talked about having a store. So the store is built in. So she has all kinds of things, some of them more fun than others, right? Wall art, motivational art, a big rug, anything to do with money, Aggie's going to have it in her store. Money resources. So right now, there are a lot of resources for folks to even find financing options. And these are all vetted out by her to receive some monies as well through grants and so on and so forth. So she continues to build out this website so that she's now a resource, not only for her consulting business, and your example would be not only for estate planning, but for many other people who are interested in these things. She also has money entertainment, and she's got a lot of funny things in here, videos, because this attracts people. It's like a money magnet. People who are interested in money, they also come to her site. And she has how to make money right now, which is, of course, the We Empower You community investment. So at the end of the day, this platform, bar none, from anything I've ever seen in the nearly 30 years that I've been running small organizations and networks and trying to build them big, this is the first one that actually generated the revenue that went alongside with all of the good things that I was doing. And back in the day when we were in person, I know you put out a lot of energy. I know you put out really great content, and you were also hosting, and you had, a lot of fees for food and venues and all that kind of stuff. And this gives you a platform that works like a big business without being a big business. So that's how I answer that. Lee, do you have anything more to say about Aggie's site?
No,
it's such a great comparison.
No, but I want to also suggest something just quickly on this. Can you just share? This doesn't really address Rick. I'm sort of letting him off this. Can I?
You want to share?
off the hook right now, but can I share?
Hang on, let me just let everybody share your screen. There you go.
This will address more of the Mary and Andre situation. Okay. I almost hit leave, Pat. Wow. Okay, you can see spot on help, right?
Yep.
Okay, great. So this is a website that he's created several different directories sending leads to businesses in his area. Now, if I'm thinking of Andre or I'm thinking of Mary West, I would think like, Andre, your relationship. I would have a directory of, people that how to have more charisma. Maybe where to go to improve, to get some really nice photos, whatever relationship things are that you don't do, but you are one of these. But I would create a directory on relationships, having to improve your ability to attract who you want. And in regard to you, Mary, I would have maybe a copywriter here and somebody that does videos here and that type of thing. So I would have a directory that is set up to really help my clientele. So let's just say I have company A, B, and C, and each of these companies that I'm sending leads to that are basically featuring their product or service here, and these forms track and create your lead. But everybody that is featuring their product or service, let's say this company has a list of 500 people. Let's say this company has a list of 1,000 people. Let's say this is Bettina and she has a list of 20 people. Okay. So let's say all the companies that you're featuring in your directory have email lists of their client base. Okay. So what you say to your client is that I will create a page for you. I'm not going to charge you, or you could do a $50 setup fee or whatever you have to do, where you are featured, your product and service is featured, and only when somebody reads what you have and clicks to get to your website, or clicks as a lead, completes their information so that I'm sending you a lead, I'll only charge you $5 or $10 or whatever it happens to be. So basically, you're giving this company free promotion and only charging them on a qualified lead. So again, let's just say you have 4 companies or 8 companies. Let's say all these companies have each 1,000 people in their email list, okay? Pretty cool. So what you do is you also take to each of these companies, I will also, if you're part of my directory, give you free marketing every week. And by free marketing, I will give you a link to send to your existing list of something that they will really enjoy listening to and keep you top of mind. And I'll also get you new clients too. And this is completely free to you. All you do is send out the link I send you to your list. So what you do is you create a page that says something like laugh often video index. Now you should know that people do not like getting emails selling them things, but they love emails that entertain them. So what you do is very, very simple. You go to YouTube, you find an entertaining video that aligns with your topic. And you grab this link, you add the video to your page, you do it once a week. You grab this link, you copy it, and you send it to your directory people. Now, if each of these people have 1,000 people on their email list, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8,000 people that will get this link and watch this video, which is hilarious. Okay, you guys have seen this video, right?
No.
You haven't seen this video?
Uh-uh.
Oh my gosh. Okay, just a second.
We can't hear it, but
Actually, you don't even need to, but I'll just, can you hear that?
a little bit. Okay. A picture's worth 1,000 words.
It's a pretty cat. But you see, here's the deal. If you send out this link to the people that are participating in your directory and they've agreed to do this free marketing, and they send this link out to their client base, somebody in this client base may want your service. Somebody in your service may want their service. And you can be darn sure that whoever gets this video will send this link out to their friends and family. And you grow your email list and your business and your qualified leads hugely just by uploading entertaining videos to your directory on your specific topic. It's amazing. And you can, and so I would consider YouTube my video directory, my marketing department. They tell me how many people, if I go to YouTube, they tell me how many people have watched this video. Okay, this is this video actually here. I'll just go to George Carlin. So this is reproduced, but it tells you how many people watch the video, how viral it is. And if you have a lot of people watching that video, then you put that video on your website because people will go to your website. And if you combine it with what I just said, your directory, you've got really everybody in your directory promoting your website, promoting your business, weekly updates, and it's all lead revenue. And you get money every time somebody says, oh yeah, I need somebody to do some deep cleaning project. As soon as they complete that referral form, the website tracks that lead and creates the invoice. It's so easy. And you do nothing. You get on the radio show and say, you know what? Everybody is paranoid now about, germs and cleaning and all that kind of stuff. So as a consumer advocate, I'm going to talk about that. I could talk about anything as a consumer advocate. I could talk about law as a consumer advocate, saying, hey, here's a website that will help me sue somebody for free. But if I want to talk to a paralegal, I can do that. And 40% of people complete these referral forms, making you money when it benefits them and it doesn't cost them any money to do that. And when they complete the form, as opposed to a 1% sale, it increases this company's sales up to 40%. That's why so many companies want you to like them. So it's really a very interesting strategy. It's a strategy that is so easy that these gurus that you find don't talk about it because they couldn't charge you any money for it. So anyway, let's continue on.
Yeah, let's take some more questions. Mary and Andre, maybe take a turn. Can you stop sharing that slide there?
I'm trying to figure that out right now. Okay, good.
Okay.
Hey, Andre.
Oh, and let's welcome also Troy Thompson, who's joined us. Troy, you and Rick need to get together. I think that there might be some relationship there.
Yes, that would be great. I would have the camera on, but I'm driving, and I thought that would be more of a distraction. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can, Troy.
Okay, great. Yeah, maybe I can probably just get it from Bettina. I'm thinking maybe that's the easiest way for us to get connected.
Yes, and Rick, if you can put your contact information on the chat, that would be great.
Oh, sure. I'll give that a shot. I'll try to do that. There we go.
Now,
I
are you
think
guys
we're
hearing
echoing
me?
with your mic open, Troy.
Just a second here, I'll mute.
Okay, thanks, Troy.
There we go. I'm not sure why that was happening, but so Troy is definitely building out his network and to referrals to folks like you, Rick, is why I believe the two of you, and it could go back both ways. And you know, he's also looking to connect with other people like CPAs, for example. So if you know of any CPAs that you could refer to Troy, that would be very helpful.
Or you can put them on your directory.
There you go. So Mary, do you have any questions?
About the radio stations, I have no idea how those work. So when you are on the radio station, how long do they have you speak? And then do they charge you for being on the radio station? Or how does that work?
It's really simple. They do not charge you. Mary, what is what you do? What is what you do?
I have the networking groups and also the author interviews on Thursdays.
That doesn't tell me anything. How do you help people?
I help them get new connections for their business. And in our networking groups, we have business tips to help them towards growing their businesses. And so for connecting people.
Is your business focused on the benefits of networking and community?
Right, yeah.
Okay, well, that's really good because that's a really hot topic right now because everybody's finding their own tribe through the craziness that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know how to find their own tribe. And that would be a good radio show. You call up a radio station and say, look, there's a lot of craziness going on here. And people are trying to connect to their own tribes. Okay. And they don't know how to do it.
And then you've been doing it for 30 years.
I can tell you how to do it because, as you know, when you talk to somebody, it's either, deer in the headlights look, or they're all over you like a kid on a candy bar. You want the kid on the candy bar, right? So you pitch that to a radio station and you don't send them an email and you don't say that. You call them up from the list that Bettina's got in her membership, and just call them up and say, look, people are trying to find their own tribe. They're trying to find community and networks that they relate to. They don't know how to do it. I think your listening audience would love to hear what I can tell them on how to find like-minded people, because it's more important today than ever before. Do you see?
Okay, yeah, thank you.
And they would say, oh, okay, are you available in 10 minutes?
All right, sounds
Okay,
good.
so then what you do is you write down what the consumer or the listener would find most beneficial. What do they need to do first, second, and third?
Okay.
And then the radio person will at some point just say, so where do they go to find out more information? Because you're not going to pitch at all. You're just going to give information. So where would they go to find you? Where would they go? Where would they go?
Yeah, they would go onto my website.
What is that?
Have the marywestnetwork.com.
Good. everything's really easy to spell, marywestnetwork.com. Beautiful. And then what you do is you say, you can go to marywestnetwork.com. If you go to this page and just ask me the question, I can help you personally. So whether
Right.
it's your contact page or if it's set up, wherever it's set up, be sure that they can go with a specific question that you're leading them to. You've told them the first, second, and third, and you have now left out it's like a knock knock joke. Knock knock, who's there? You've told them everything. Now they have to go to your website to find out who's there.
And one thing I will say,
Thank you.
believe it or not, Mary, as simple as Lee has made it is as simple as it needs to get. Don't complicate it. You don't have to add a whole lot more. It's literally, the world is crazy out there. It is, there's a lot of things going on in the world. People are looking for connections. I've got a background of 30 years of working with businesses, connecting them to what they need. I'm your gal and I could be available. And here's my website. Shifting the media is not that complicated, but we
Don't even
make
give
up
them
a story that it is, but it isn't.
Don't even give them a website or anything. Give them a story. Don't ask them to do any work at all, because that derails them. Give them the story, send them an email of the 5 questions or 10 questions or 5 questions that they can ask you. If they have to do one piece of work, they will not follow through.
Oh, okay.
So what you do is you pitch them, say their audience will love it. I'll send you an email of the topic and the 3 top questions to ask me. I'll add another 2 if you want. Have it all laid out. And also when you have a point form of how you're going to answer that question so that they know they're online. So they can contribute, they can start thinking in that direction too. Okay? Don't tell them to do anything other than to schedule a time with you.
All right.
Because they're going to find a reason not to do it. Or
Okay.
they're not going to do whatever you ask them to do.
With the extra work.
One close. Torpedoes to midship. That's it.
All right. Well, thank you for all of the information. Thank you.
Now, Rick, you've had a lot of background in interviewing folks, and also maybe you've been on shows. Also, a lot of people are getting on podcast guesting shows. But Lee's really specifically drilling down today about traditional media, radio being one of the largest mediums and one of the most convenient, because you actually don't have to show up anywhere. And if you have a voice for radio versus a face for radio, then that is even better. Like, I love that I don't have to get all made up to be on a radio show. I can just wake up and they can call me at 2 a.m. and I can do the call and go right back to bed with no problemo. So anything come to mind? Any questions? Again, Rick, and then Andre. It looks like Maury has joined us. Troy.
Well, not to hog anything, this is Rick, but great information. You've given me some great ideas. I don't know how to put them into being right now, but kind of looking at, I love the directory idea. I've been kind of toying around and just hadn't hit on that specific type of thing, but that's very much in line with what I was looking at, of things that, in addition to the estate planning services that, people would need from me, but like you said, they need services from CPAs, financial advisors, insurance folks, lots of different related ones, maybe real estate people. But I was thinking of expanding that out further into home care agencies, lots of different things. And then some fun things, some entertainment type stuff and that to do that. So
Rick, let me interrupt you right now. Let me interrupt you right now, okay? Because smart people fail at this mostly, okay? And
I can imagine that.
and you're extremely smart. And what you just said is, I could do this and this and this. I could add these and that and there. Okay, so the more you add, the less money you're going to make and the harder it's going to be for you. Okay. You need to be like really dumbed down, like one thing. You need to pretend that there's just one thing that people need to know. Okay. And I'll give you that example again. Lowest car insurance rates. I started off with one insurance broker, did not, but if you focus on one thing that people need to know, that first insurance broker, I charged them $54,000 one month before I got a second insurance broker. And I thought I was so too cool for school. And then I started to expand and I went worldwide. I made still the most money from my hometown, my area, than I did worldwide. With one point of view, the more I expanded, the harder my life got. So even my dog, wholetthedogin.com, he sends leads to vets. That's it. Okay. He doesn't know how to speak the language or anything, but he has videos and sends leads to vets.
It's a real website. Who let the dog in?
We don't care who let it out.
I'm going to share real quick too, Rick, in case your time is limited, the Just Say Yes program. So we've made this as simple as possible. Take a look at the Just Say Yes on our WeEmpowerYourLife.com website for those who are out there watching, and scroll through this content, whether you have a website or not, whether you have multiple websites or not. We start you out with a We Empower You website. You have several choices that you can make in 14 of them, design wise. You can go into each one of them and see which one appeals to you. This is the one that appealed to me. So if you go to WeEmpowerYourLife.com, my homepage starts with this video with the gal with her hands in the air, and it goes on from there. What, if you're a speaker, obviously you could put a speaker one up. You're an author, you might be by now. Whatever it is, and then you just pick one of our various templates. You'll have 90 days to use it. You take 2 minutes to give us your logo if you have one, copies, the URLs of any existing websites that you want on here, and then assign yourself a password. And within 2 minutes, your Just Say Yes is going to get put in the hopper. And within 2 business days, Lee will get you out a templated website. So you don't have to build all of it. It's already built for you. It's in a template. And that's what I love about the two of us coming together, because I believed that a templated website was always the answer to many people's needs. But I could not find the right template until I met Lee. And I spent well over 20 years looking specifically for this. The other thing too is that we have these community meetings every Wednesday, so we can help you with your site as you're building it. We take calls, Lee or myself, to answer questions. We can help make this happen in a matter of just 2 business days. You can have a site that is specifically on a singular topic that we know you can build on from there. And then, of course, it does come with the radio list. Just a couple of points of clarification. I believe, Lee, you misspoke when you said Comcast, you meant Chromecast. And it's 50,000 to 100,000 is the listening audience. And so just to clarify that, but we have the list, we have sponsor list, sponsor directions, instructions as well, which is another key component. The 5-minute spotlight video, which we help you with. And we're more than happy to help anyone who's out there watching or listening who wants to be on the Just Say Yes. We go ahead and absorb the first 90 days of costs to get you started. And then once you're started, your job is to keep it going. So at 91 days, you can decide one of 3 or 4 things. You can stop and just cancel. You can keep going and start paying the $15.99 a year, or you can go on payments. The minimum is $150 a month, and then there are some processing fees because of the monthly recurring processing fees. Or you can get 2 people to sign up with the $15.99, and then they will, in fact, in turn, pay for your membership. So that's a recurring $800 that we pay every single referral that comes in the door from anyone, whether they're a member or not. We pay $800 out per lead to us. So that's another thing. We make you a 50-50 partner in this endeavor.
Could I just do something? Because this is a website that I've been trying
You want to
create-
share it?
Yeah, for myself, but I haven't done anything with it. Do you see this website?
Yeah, you can sue them.
Yeah. You can
Oh, you
see.
kind of already have a template, huh?
Yeah, I'm just trying to work this thing out, but here, basically I can sue, and different auto harassment, work injury, illegal, banned, there's just so much. And then each one of these features what they would do and sends a lead to a paramedic.
Paralegal.
Yeah, okay, I was looking at medic, yeah, right, paralegal. So it's kind of I know this would be incredibly, even sending leads to lawyers is, you can get $200, as you know, from a lawyer, but paralegals is pretty inexpensive. Anyway, I just wanted to show that.
Yep. So you're not starting from scratch.
Yeah.
Rick, if you try to do this on your own, good luck. I've tried all these ways of doing business, and it wasn't until I came across this platform that things got so much smoother. And to be able to hit a generating six figures for all the income that came in a 6-month window for just this membership, that I had never accomplished in any of my membership endeavors before. And so I took that as a sign, a heads up, maybe there's something to this that I need to pay attention to. And it's continued.
What would it cost again on an annual basis?
$1,599.
Oh, 1,500. Okay.
Yeah.
No, not
Yeah.
terrible.
And
Not terrible.
Yeah, that website's kind of ready to go. And then if you want to move forward onto something, we just have a conversation offline.
Yeah, and in his case, it might be, instead of to a paralegal, he'd be potentially collecting most of those leads for himself if they had to do with estate planning. But maybe maybe they'd need other attorney, divorce or some other, and you'd be able to retain a referral fee from another attorney. I would imagine you can still legally do that.
Yeah, I love my I Can Sue website. Okay. I just haven't marketed it yet, and because I've been busy with Bettina.
Yeah. So Troy, did you have any more? Andre, you haven't, I don't think, asked a question yet, and Moria also.
I was just going to add that in the company that I have, ODP Media Group, we do exactly the digital. We have a digital business directory, and we provide
Great.
We actually provide, instead of having people look for people we look for people for you. You don't have to look for anything. We have actually partnered with a lot of the other social media people. Like, matter of fact, I posted with somebody yesterday. We partnered with Together Tomorrow. So what he basically has is a website where if you have you're a professional and you have, let's say you're a lawyer and you want to get paid to talk to someone, they can pay you per minute to talk to you on this phone, and you can get leads from that, and they pay you to talk to you. He has that set up. So I partnered with him a couple of weeks ago because we have similar situations and ways we go about getting leads. And he liked the way my whole thing was set up. And it makes it very easy because, again, we know today advertising, marketing, trying to find leads is expensive. We made it very simple. It's very simple for us now. In our directory, we find the leads for you. We ship the leads to you. You go handle your business and do what you do. We got the context to do that from the entertainment, music, and our entertainment business as well, to where we have put ourselves in a position where, for the holiday season, especially, for instance, all the social media platforms that we deal with, which is quite a bit, we're able to go into different rooms and different people we talk to who not only find you funding for your business, help you with different services with your business, but we don't have to go chase down new leads for us. They come to us. We have designed it to where it just come right to us. So it makes it pretty easy. So I'm happy with the
You're,
way that
you're
we've done
in a
it.
perfect position for our Just Say Yes program because of exactly, you've already built some of that stuff. And a lot of times people they have an informal way. Like I've had for years an informal way of doing business with Patrick Snow, for example, or I have one of my business partners for 5 or so years now. Whenever I send him business, I pay commission. Whenever he sends me business, I pay commission. So these affiliates, lead payments, and commissions are a really great way to be able to generate income that you don't have to do the work for.
Correct.
Now,
Remember when I told you? Remember when I told you about the book, the deal that I got with ABC Family to do my book to be turned into a movie and TV show. The same thing we did with the music with Universal. Think of it this way: if you are a musician and you're trying to get your songs on and get your songs heard or be seen, we've already made a connection. The door is already open. All we have to do now is get you to a point where they said, this is our criteria. You have this, it need to be this kind of way. Once we get you to that point where they say it, we just open the door and say, there it is. There's a person that you need to listen, talk to right there. Go play your music. Same thing with the books. People who are authors are looking for ways to promote their book, get their book seen, probably be talk show hosts, want to do movie things or TV. But where do you go to find these things? We have the people sitting there saying, you find them for us, you bring them to us, and we go from there. We made it very easy. So it's just a connection of saying, can you do the job? I only require 2 things of the people I work with in this field. 1, be able to do what you say you can do. And 2, follow through and follow up. If you can do those 2 things, we can get people for you all day long.
Yeah, and as Troy just put it on the text, maybe you want to unmute Troy now. Who, not how, right? It's all about the who, not the how. And you can make so much more income from, again, making referrals and getting paid for it. Troy, you're open now.
Yeah. Well, that's just what I was thinking of as he was speaking, is that he's connecting with the who's. You know, he's made the connections that in the music industry, if I heard correctly, and
Facebook, they got people.
So it's just connecting with the right who. And Rick, I wrote down your phone number, and so I'll give you a call, and we'll talk one-to-one style.
Yeah, and Troy, would you mind reflecting just a moment a little bit about you're building a network as well, so that when people come to you for one thing or another related to life insurance or living benefits or anything like that, you've expanded to be able to refer to CPAs, to be able to refer to tax attorneys, to be able to refer to someone like Rick, who's in the estate planning world.
Yeah, so the first thing that comes to mind is, say, Fred Meyer or Costco or Super Walmart. And what I mean is, it's nice to go to one place and get a lot of stuff done. And so what I offer is we call it a virtual family office experience. And so most business owners and anyone who has developed some wealth, or they're on that path, they have 5 main areas that affect their lives, which are tax, legal, wealth management, business development, and risk management. And so some things I can handle personally, and then other things I have access to the who, the expert. And so through a collaboration approach, as opposed to a silo or a referral type approach, where I meet with the individual, identify the need, and then I can bring the expert in, and the 3 of us, or whatever, 4 of us, have a collaboration call and solve the problem. So that's a brief summary about who I am and how I help people.
Love it. And I've had direct benefit of working with you, Troy, with my family and my needs. So
I look forward to talking with you, Troy.
Yeah, and if I'm hearing correctly, you do estate planning. Is that right, Rick?
Yeah, the firm predominantly does estate and elder law. And so obviously we're always looking for insurance products of various sorts. And And then, very similar to you, I mean, we do a part of a service. We do the estate planning part, but we need resources like you in the insurance area. We need CPAs, financial advisors, and all those other related people as well. So, our business models are somewhat similar.
Yeah. And what would be great is to work on a very same or similar directory of people so that you're referring to the same people. And it just grows from there, right? It doesn't take very many people. You could have a directory of 5 individuals that you refer to in this discussion anyway, that's around the legal and the estate planning. And I'm glad to hear you also do the elder care stuff, because that's the older I get, I'm now 64. The closer
it's
I
a
get,
naturally growing area. It gets bigger every day.
I know my sister handles my mom's affairs right now, and my dad's now deceased, but since 2006. But at the end of the day, somebody's going to have to handle me someday.
Indeed.
We're all getting there, slowly but surely. Yeah. Moria, open up your mic. There you go. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, sorry I was late. I've got too many things going on, and there's a part of me inside that fights the fact that I'm 81 and I should be able to do whatever I feel like. But I want the results and I'm not necessarily eager to take on the duties thereof, and I need to reconsider all that stuff. I really want to get back onto podcasts and radio talk shows and so forth. And I don't know what it's going to take for me to get my act together and do it. But right now I'm sort of sliding.
Well, game on, Moria, because we're going to do it too. And Lee and I have a commitment, right, Lee? We're going forward.
Follow the leader. Bettina's leading.
Yep. We're going to be spending some time together on Saturday, right, Moria? So we'll talk a little bit further about that. Yeah. In fact, Marcella, who isn't here today, she took that list and she started calling down on the radio stations, and she's got some activity going, and that's all you need to do is start. Because at the end of the day, like Lee says, you might get on a call and they don't have any interest in what you're saying, then you adjust from there. And then you give it some time and you go back around the list and you call them back again. If you need help figuring out what to pitch them, Lee's a great resource, and so am I around ideas. I know you've been really helpful. Her background is in communication, nonviolent communication specifically. So that really lends itself to, again, families, and who knows, maybe Rick, you need somebody who has communication background. We don't know.
So, well, it sounds great. Listen, I'm going to have to scoot here. I've got another appointment I've got to get to, but let's follow up with each other. I'm pretty at this, but let's first part of next week. Why don't we see if we could get together and move this along a little bit and have a further discussion on it.
Sounds great. Thank you
Lee,
for joining us today.
Great meeting you other folks as well. So best of luck to everybody. So take care.
All right. Take care, Rick.
So
okay, bye-bye.
I've got to wrap this up too. So are we going to wrap it up, or are you going to continue?
Yes, I think we're pretty much, unless Moria or Mary or Andre have a last minute question. Everybody's good?
Okay.
All right. Well, next Wednesday, same time, same station, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll see you all next